Really are, do you know you can be what you want to be? If you try to be what you can be. Hey, black child, do you know where you are going? Where you really going? Do you know you can learn what you want to learn? If you try to learn what you can learn. Hey, black child, do you know you are strong? I mean really strong. Do you know you can do what you want to do if you try to do what you can do? Hey, black child, be what you can be to learn what you must learn to do. What you can do then tomorrow, the nation will be what you want it to be.
Amen. Go ahead, Max. Who's next?
LeBron Raymond James was the best basketball player to ever live. He was born December 30th, 1984. He grew up in Akron, Ohio, and went to Vincent Mary High School. And LeBron didn't go to college. He went straight to getting drafted because he was so great and still is to this day. And that is one out of the many reasons he is the best basketball player to live. And another reason he is so great because LeBron went to the Cleveland Cavs in 2014. They hadn't even been to the playoffs in the previous 4 years, and by year two, they were champions. And another reason he is so great because LeBron went to the Miami Heat in 2018, who hadn't won a playoff series in 4 years, and by year two, they were champions. And another reason out of many, LeBron then went to the Lakers in 2020, who hadn't even been to the playoffs for 6 years, and by year two, they were champions. And Michael Jordan did not do that. That is why LeBron James is the best basketball player to ever live. And even though he isn't dead, he made history by just doing that.
Amen.
Bo Jackson is widely known as one of the greatest multi-sport athletes, achieving elite status in both the NFL and the MLB. He won the 1985 Heisman Trophy, became the first athlete to be named an All-Star in two major American sports. 1989 MLB All-Star MVP, in 1990 NFL Pro Bowler, and achieved iconic record-breaking success in both leagues. He went to Auburn University for football from 1982 to 1985 and won the 1985 Heisman. Was a two-time All-American and finished with 4,303 career rushing yards. In the MLB, he played for the White Sox and was named 1989 MLB All-Star Game MVP. Finished his baseball career with 141 home runs and 82 stolen bases. In the NFL, he played for the Raiders. In 1987 and 1990, he averaged 5.4 yards when he got the ball, including a 91-yard run against the Seahawks and a 92-yard run against the Bengals. He was 1993 Comeback Player of the Year after returning to the MLB following a hip injury and hip replacement. A way that Bo impacts sports today is showing you that you can go professional in more than one sport if you put your mind to it and with the help of the Lord.
Amen. Good job, Makai.
Amen.
Hey, Aaliyah, you're the first A, and then Amir's the second one. Yep. Hurry up. Speak up.
We will be reading the poem, His Dreams Lives On.
Kiki, you're the first one. No, you're not. Zach, speak up. Zach, read it. You're the first.
Today is a day we all sing in honor of Martin Luther King.
No. Go to the next person. Who's the next one? Kiera. Y'all gotta look to see whose name is beside it. Kiki, speak up.
Whenever people fight to be free, his name will be remembered with dignity.
They can't hear you. I need you to reread it. Speak up.
Whenever people fight to be free, his name is remembered with dignity.
Speak up loud.
When Black people were treated right, he stood strong to lead the fight. He fought with love, not guns or darts. He changed people's minds and their hearts.
Speak up, Mo.
But some people don't like his words. He was taken away to a better world. Yet his dreams live on, that all can be free, but you knocked down the walls between you and me.
Loud.
Martin Luther King's life did not last, but his dreams and his spirit are free at last.
All right. Amen.
The four security system became a fixture in homes. An African American nurse named Marie Van Brecken Brown invested a early security detail for her home. She spent many nights at home alone in New York City while her husband was away and felt unsafe with high rates of crime in her neighborhood. On top of that, the police were unreliable and unpositive, so she created a device that will help her put her mind at ease. In 1966, Brown invented a system that could use a camera that could slide into and look through 4 peepholes in her front yard door. The camera view then appeared on a monitor in her home so she could survey any unwanted guests. She added features to the system, including a microphone to speak to anyone at the door, a button to unlock the door, and a button to contact the police. She and her husband took out a patent for the system that same year, and it was approved 3 years later in 1969. Today's home security systems took various elements from her design.
Amen. Excellent.
Malcolm X. Born Malcolm Little in 1925, experienced a childhood marked by racial prejudice and violence. His father, a Baptist minister and advocate for black nationalism, faced constant threats from white supremacist groups, ultimately leading to his tragic death when Malcolm was just 6 years old. This early trauma compounded by his mother, subsequent mental breakdowns and scattered the children into foster homes. Despite excelling academically, Malcolm dropped out of school after a while. A teacher told him that his aspirations of becoming a lawyer was not a realistic goal for a Negro. In his young adulthood, Malcolm became involved in petty crime, hustling in the streets of Boston and New York, This period of his life was characterized by drug use, theft, and eventually imprisonment. It was during his time in prison that Malcolm underwent a profound transformation, influenced by fellow inmates and his brother, Reginald Regent. He began studying the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, the Nations of Islam, NOI. The NOI's message of black self-reliance and empowerment resonated deeply with Malcolm, offering him a sense of identity and purpose that had been absent from his life. Upon his release from prison, Malcolm X quickly rose to prominence as one of the NOI's most eloquent and influential speakers. He fiercely denounced while supremacy, advocating for black supremacy and self-defense. His fiery, historic, and uncompromising stance attacks the large following, particularly among the disenfranchised African Americans who felt ignored by the ministry civil rights movement. However, Malcolm's influence grew, so did tensions with the NOI. Disagreements over strategies and revelations about Elijah Muhammad's personal conduct led Malcolm to break the organization in 1964. Following his departure, he embarked on a pilgrimage which valiantly altered his perspective of race religions. He returned to the United States with a new name, El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, a vision of unity among all races. Tragically, his life was cut short February 21st, 1965, when he was assassinated by members of the NOI while giving a speech in Harlem. Malcolm's X movement significantly influenced the civil rights era by advocating for black empowerment, challenging racial equity, and promoting black identity and pride. His message resonated with many African Americans who felt mainstream civil rights efforts were too close or too ineffective.